Hi there, my name is Elisa Gallios and I wanted to pop on here really quick and talk to you about what I do for my health and fitness regimen when I am pregnant. So I actually get this question a lot, mainly probably because I have a 13-month-old. Hi, Em. And I am also actually 7 weeks pregnant with our third child. But throughout this last pregnancy, and definitely the plan for this one, is to obviously stay fit and healthy, and not just for me, but honestly so much more so for my kids and my future baby, right? So it's really important to me that I keep my body in its best performance level, only because I know, and you do too, if you're a mom or if you're a future mom, kids take a ton of energy and a ton of time. So I want to make sure that I have the best energy and the best attitude for them, So what that looks like for me is really fun, but I want to make sure to share that with you so that you can hear what might work for you as well. So I don't think we're gonna actually do that. Let's see if we can do a different one, because I don't want you to poke your face, okay? Okay, so basically I do partner with an incredible health and fitness company. This is something that I've been doing for 3 years. So I coach online accountability groups. It's basically a group of a bunch of women and mamas, and basically together we do our workouts. We don't do them at the same time because that would be impossible if we're all trying to work around our kids' nap times, right? Or work around our corporate jobs or whatever. All the women in those groups are very, very busy like me. So we always have to make sure that we're being flexible, but we basically each do a workout every day, about 30 minutes long typically. But what's really cool about these programs is that we have access to over 600 workouts, which means we have everything from like kickboxing to yoga to step programs, weightlifting programs, everything that you would need. And there's also prenatal workouts. So what I typically do is I have a hybrid calendar, which if you're one of my clients or you're somebody that's subscribed to my newsletter, that's something that you have access to. So make sure you reach out to me if you would like it. But I have a hybrid calendar that I follow where I basically pull, thanks Dad, I basically pull, she's not happy about that. I basically pull different, here's her milk, babe, she wants this. I basically pull different workouts from the program so that I make sure that I am hitting all of my, my muscle groups. So basically I'll do maybe like an upper body workout on a Monday, a lower body workout on a Tuesday, and then maybe like prenatal yoga on Wednesday, those kind of things. And I kind of choose and pull from these different programs according to what I'm capable of doing. So I don't know about you, and everybody is a little bit different, but for me, when I'm pregnant, my first trimester, I am really low on energy. This is the most energy I've had all day, and it's because I've gotten pumped up to come on here and talk to you guys about it. But honestly, most of the time I'm pretty dang tired. I'm working from the couch. My first trimester normally feels like I've been hit by a train. Pregnancy fatigue is no joke, and it's so much different than any other level of fatigue I've ever felt. So it's something that it's really important to me to make sure that I am doing a workout that makes sense for my body and makes sense for where I'm at. I do not push myself to a point where I'm uncomfortable, right? And just like most doctors recommend, you don't want to do a lot harder workouts than what you were already doing. So if you weren't working out at all, your doctors will normally recommend that you still at least start walking. That's kind of the level of difficulty of our prenatal first trimester workouts, but you want to kind of gauge where you're at and what you're going to do based off of where you're at now and what your doctor says you're able to do. So talk to your doctor about working out and what level of workouts is right for you. That being said, so that's kind of my workout regimen so you guys understand. I do give myself, again, a little bit of leniency in that first trimester. I typically try to work out 7 days a week, but it's okay with me if I only get 5 days a week. And I do battle normally morning sickness, again, on top of that fatigue, food aversions, all those things. So some mornings, if I'm feeling too sick or too nauseous to get a workout in, I will give myself a pass, and I never feel guilty about it. You should never feel guilty, right? Make sure that you're making the decisions that are right for you and your baby baby, because that's what matters. And then keep in mind, right, that babies born to mothers who exercise are scientifically proven to be healthier and have a better chance of avoiding things like heart disease or cancer or even diabetes. So do keep that in mind, right? Do what's best, but remember that you can only do the best that you can do every day, right? So it's always about progress. It's never about perfection. Never should be, whether you're pregnant or not. So that's kind of workouts. Again, message me if you want the hybrid calendar. I'm happy to pass it over to you. The second part is meal planning. And this is the part that I think people have questions on. Again, like, what do I do if I'm pregnant? What do I do if I'm breastfeeding? What do you do if you're doing both, like me? And that's something that, again, make sure that you obviously talk to your doctor. Make sure you ask them how many calories you should be eating every day, how much weight you should be gaining based on your pregnancy and your pre-pregnancy weight and what kind of pregnancy you're having, all of those things. But typically for most people, for an average pregnancy, you wanna add about 300 calories a day when you're pregnant, and normally 500 calories a day when you're breastfeeding. And if you're doing both, you wanna add about 800 calories a day. So yes, I am eating a ton of food. I am super hungry all the time, and I don't ever encourage you to not listen to your body. A lot of the time though, hunger can be mistaken. Like, people think that they're hungry when they're actually thirsty. So keep in mind that when you're pregnant, you have a lot more blood flow. There's a lot more stuff going on with fluids. So you need a lot more water. So this one's empty right now, but right behind my phone propped up is a brand new full water bottle, because I am chugging this stuff like a crazy person every day. So keep in mind, if you're hungry and you just ate, you might just be really thirsty. So drink a ton of water throughout the day. And then keep in mind, with a meal plan, again, the company that we partner with provides these incredible meal plans and nutrition guides that help me so much, because my biggest thing is I've always eaten pretty healthy. Ever since my first husband was diagnosed with cancer, I switched the way that I was eating and made sure that I was eating fruits and vegetables and things like that. But I didn't realize until I started tracking my nutrition that I was eating a lot more fruits than vegetables, and I was eating a lot more carbs, for example, than vegetables as well, right? Or a lot more carbs than protein. So what's really cool about these meal plans is that they help you track how much you're eating, and then you're keeping track again, like throughout the day, and realizing when you're short on veggies and things like that. For our meal plans, what makes it really easy, and again, if you're in our challenge groups, which I'm assuming that's where I'm going to be sending a lot of this video, because I get questions in the challenge groups all the time. Our Brave Babes Fit tribes are basically these accountability groups, right? And we provide all the tools, so you have access to 24/7, 365 days a year. You have access to these incredible programs, nutrition plans, meal guides, and it's all can be streamed on your phone or on your TV or your computer, wherever. So it's really, really intuitive. But what's really cool about our nutrition guides as well is that they recommend that, again, you add that 300 calories a day if you're pregnant, 500 calories a day if you're breastfeeding, 800 calories a day if you're doing both, right? So what you want to do is basically just calculate your bracket where you land in your nutrition guide, and then add those calories depending on if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or both, right? So add those in, and then look at where your containers lie and how many servings of each, basically fruits, vegetables, carbs, proteins, that you need to create a sustainable and healthy lifestyle. I am not a fan of diets. I never have been, and I don't encourage that. I really think it's important to live a lifestyle that's healthy, and that's something that you can absolutely do while you're pregnant. But I did want to give you a little bit of grace and let you know that, same for me, right? When you're going through, especially that first trimester, and you're feeling nauseous and you're feeling dizzy and all you want to eat is bread, keep in mind, again, that what you eat is the nutrition you're giving your baby. But again, you can only do the best that you can do. If everything other than bread is making you puke, you're probably going to actually have to just eat bread or saltines or whatnot, right? but try to do your best to get a healthy, balanced diet. For me, what really helps is our superfood shakes. So that's another thing that just comes with our group. You basically get everything in one package and it's right there for you. And our superfood shakes have, superfoods, probiotics, prebiotics, and it's like eating a huge salad from Whole Foods, basically ×5. And it has ashwagandha, all the really good stuff in it. And what's really cool about that is that not only fills in your nutritional gaps, it actually allows you to have a very healthy option that tastes like a chocolate shake. Like, at least for me, when I don't feel well, I used to juice greens every day. I used to try to chug like green juice, and I can tell you right now that would not fly in first trimester of pregnancy, because it honestly barely flew. Most of the days it was really hard for me to bottoms up with that. So make sure that you have something that you can drink that is nutritionally dense. There's a lot of products out there that unfortunately try to say that they're really good for you and have some junk. So just make sure you're looking at that label. Don't be, eating artificial sugars, sweeteners, adding in artificial colors, anything like that. You want to really make sure that you're getting a quality product. For me, ours have probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, adaptogens, vegan protein, which again, I think is really important. If you're in your first trimester or at any point in pregnancy, you might be feeling pretty bloated. Whey protein can really bloat you even further. So just kind of watch what you're doing and what works with your body. So those are kind of my tips on meal planning. Again, I think it's really important to give yourself extra grace in that first trimester. It's really, really normal to not feel great and to have food aversions. But again, if you're doing your best and you're trying your best, try to drink your shake every single day. Like, for me, that's a non-negotiable. Another tip I had for you on that really quick. I remember with my last pregnancy with Emery, I had an aversion to like drinking the shake. Like, the consistency of any kind of shake, milkshake, whatever, was not flying for me. So I started blending my shake up with extra ice and making it into more of an ice cream. And then sometimes I would even put in like granola and then eat it with a spoon. And that changes the whole what's going on in your brain with it, right? Instead of slurping down a drink with a straw, right? I'm eating it with a spoon. It tasted delicious. So there's a couple different ways you can make it. Make it like ice cream if that helps. Make it like an acai bowl. You can get acai powder and make it into like a berry smoothie or a berry bowl. You can put fresh fruit on top. You can put, like crusted almonds, coconut shavings, whatever you need to do to make it good, but get that nutrition in. Okay, I think that's it. I can barely talk. My last little tip might be that if you are on a health and fitness journey and you just found out you're pregnant, or if you're a little bit along and you're looking for accountability, please find an accountability partner. It doesn't have to be me, obviously. It doesn't have to be our Fit Tribes, but if you don't have a friend or neighbor or somebody that you really think is gonna hold you accountable, which I always had a hard time, I would find a gym accountability buddy and it would last for like a week and a half and then somebody would fall off. But if you don't have an accountability partner yet, make sure you find one. And that might even be, your spouse, a neighbor, a friend, a family member, or find another woman that's pregnant too and trying to do this a healthy way. So that's all I have for you right now. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and please drop in the comments below if you found this helpful. I hope you did, and we'll talk soon. Bye.